As soon as it. Welcome back. I had an emergency pickup to make post NBA bets. I really did not want to rush through the rest of the stuff we had. We took a lot of time to prep for it, but we got started late and things collided in my schedule. So that's it for our NBA best bets. I think I have a couple that I might be putting in later. I'm not ready to give it out yet, but for the Cavaliers and the Pacers game, I hit a couple angles that just did not hit in the last game, and they usually would. A couple points and things like that. So follow me at Ian Price on Pickett or Action Network if you want to stay up to date with those. Let's move right along, Sean.
What's next?
What is next? Well, we did all of that. So let's do the rest of our screenshots. Let's do the rest of our screenshots here.
Yeah, what you got?
This is going to be dynamite audio recording.
It really is. Just excellent screenshots.
Do you want to let's do the NFL first.
Okay.
We'll just pick the NFL angles. The story we've got to talk about. Derek Carr retired.
No more Derek Carr.
Derek Carr retired. Kellen Moore, how does this feel? I'm glad you already got a Super Bowl ring as a coordinator, bro. It's like,
oh man, I don't know what they're gonna do. Spencer Rattler, Tyler Shuck, or Jake Hayner. Not good options. What is that you got there?
A not so excited whistle. That's a whistle that's just not. There's no excitement behind this lineup. Nobody wants to be the Saints quarterback. Trade two of these guys somewhere and get somebody that can start. They drafted Tyler. Everyone thought Tyler Shuck was going to go to the Saints because he was built more like the type of quarterback they say Kellen Moore wants, and he's older. He's supposed to be the most pro-ready. They saw Derek Carr not being ready for this season coming up. Right. Kellen Moore is in a great position, though, Sean.
Yeah?
Don't you see it?
No.
They've tried at quarterback. They tried. So when it doesn't work and they have a really great pick next year, it's not his fault. He just got there. He's the new and then he gets to pick whatever quarterback he wants in next year's class.
So Arch Manning for the Saints is loading.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I'm definitely not going to plug up.
That's good.
I'm right here. Keep talking.
Yeah.
Why haven't you stopped talking? Keep talking.
They're not going to win. They're not even going to win like 4 games. I can't imagine how they're going to win really any games with that quarterback lineup.
That's the point, though. That's the point.
Yeah.
I mean, think about it. You have a new coach. He's got time, right?
Yep.
You're trying to replace Sean Payton still because the last guy did not do a good job of it.
No.
If anything, the GM should be worried. They haven't changed him out in quite a long time.
And then someone's going to have to go. And there's going to be a scapegoat.
If their Panthers bad, yeah. If they get the first pick and it's just one of those years where you get the first pick with like 5 wins or something, 4 or 5 wins, maybe it's fine. But like,
if it's a 2-3 win season,
yeah. If they get like winless, it's like the coach has got to be like it's the GM's fault.
Yeah, it's just it stinks for some of the guys on the roster, man. That are just kind of wasting away. Like I feel like Alvin Kamara's still good, but on the back end for a running back anyway. So you feel frustrated for guys like that.
Let's look at their options. Or let's look at this. Let's look at Derek Carr's career. I mean, here's their options. Let's look at the options first of Derek Carr's career, now that I've said them both. Second round, number 40th overall, Tyler Shuck, Saints' highest drafted quarterback since they took Arch Manning second overall in 1971. So it's safe to say that you probably think that's the guy that they're hoping will take the job. But Kellen Moore says anybody gets a shot. The Saints also drafted quarterbacks on day 3 in 2024 with Spencer Rattler and Jake Hayner 2023 as well. They are combined 0-7 as NFL starting quarterbacks.
All right. And they still have Taysom Hill. Yeah, okay. But I don't know if they're going to roll with him at quarterback.
No, I mean, why not? He's the best option right now.
Actually, at this point, yeah.
The Saints have created a world where Taysom Hill makes sense now.
That is insane. That's been the plan all along. Like, you'll laugh at me until you won't.
Yeah. When they gave that deal to Taysom Hill, basically if Sean Payton was there long enough, he was going to keep starting and they were going to be able to keep going. But no. Oh man, I don't know. The Saints are on first pick alert.
I'd say so. Yeah.
If Arch Manning really is the first overall pick easily, taking another Arch Manning to New Orleans, could that be more scripted?
Right.
Hello, NFL. We see you. We see what you're up to. You didn't even change his name. You just got a new kid and gave him the same name. We see what you're doing.
We see you.
We see you. Let's go to the Panthers.
Oh, yeah.
I skipped over Derek Carr. We'll go back to the Panthers.
Oh, we just talked about
You didn't say anything about it. You were fine to move on. You don't even care about Derek Carr, do you?
We just talked about him.
No, we didn't really talk about him. We're going to talk about him.
We were talking more about the Saints, I guess.
Bingo.
Yeah.
Our friend Warren Sharp says Derek Carr made $205 million when it's said and done. A below 500 career win percentage, one trip to the playoffs, and it was an immediate loss. Never elite, but good enough to get paid like he was. 9th most cash from 2014 to 2024 of any player.
That's insane. I like the end there. Not Kirk Cousins level, but first ballot bag getter. Man, I can't believe I messed that up.
Say it again. Say it for the people.
Not Kirk Cousins level, but first ballot bag getter.
Yeah, I mean, he got that money.
Yeah, that was nuts. I didn't realize he was under 500 for his career.
Yeah, now he is. After the Saints and the last couple of years with the Raiders. I mean, he's been on the Raiders this whole time. They haven't done anything.
Look at those names. That's wild. So we've got the top 10, highest paid NFL players from 14 to 24 on the screen. It's Aaron Rodgers, Kirk Cousins, Matthew Stafford, Russell Wilson, Prescott, Goff, Matt Ryan, Tom Brady, Derek Carr, and then Patrick Mahomes. He's
Patrick Mahomes. Patrick Mahomes is like, I'll just win Super Bowls and I'll be able to just squeak by on my $179 million.
Yeah, I would love to see the difference in endorsement money that they make.
Aaron Rodgers got his $292 million deal, but he can't
even win a game. Too old.
Oh, man. That's why I didn't want to skip that part.
Yeah, no, I got you. That makes sense.
Now we can go to the Panthers.
No more Clowney.
Another day passes, and Jadeveon Clowney has been cut by yet another team.
He lasted a year. He seems to just go to be everywhere for a year. He's like a journeyman now.
He just can't. He can't stick. How do you get pushed off the Panthers roster? Dave Canales did say he wanted to give their young pass rushers they got a lot more chances to rotate in and out. Yeah. So I think it's probably a smart move because, I mean, it's not like Clowney made a big difference last year. Mm-hmm. Oh, what a year to remember for the Panthers. How can we let him go?
Yeah. Save the money and move on. Let the young kids get reps. I totally agree there, actually.
Is there anything else about the Panthers before we move on? I got somebody else we need to kind of see if we're having a funeral for him or not.
No, good on the Panthers for now.
All right, are we having a funeral for Anthony Richardson?
Maybe.
Anthony Richardson has completed just 38% of passes, 7+ yards downfield when not pressured. This is also according to Warren Sharp. He's on Twitter at @SharpFootball. We love to give credit for whoever has their own stats. The NFL average is 57% completion rate. No other quarterbacks below 45. Man, AR has not been given a long shot though. Like it's a limited window and he was supposed to need time to grow.
Yeah, but it's just after the weird situation with the benching or the self-benching or whatever it was, like it's been different since then. And then I said it when it happened. That felt like the shift in the career. And I don't think there's really much coming back from that.
Is Anthony Richardson on his way to being the look of a new athlete, one of these well-paid athletes, the guy that kind of has all the tools but isn't a football guy, isn't really into it? We've seen it before. The guy that has all the skills and can do it at the college level, but when you get to the NFL level, they don't watch enough tape. They don't actually do the work.
No, yeah, for sure. Yeah, that could be what you're seeing with him. There's something going on, clearly.
Let's see. You want to do your video now? Wait, I got one more NFL thing. It's about schedules. So I don't know if you want to talk about scheduling anymore.
I know they announced a couple of like the international games, I think. Yeah.
Bada bing, bada boom.
Nice.
New York Jets
Sunday
will
morning
host
football.
the Denver Broncos on October 12th, week 6 in London, England, per sources. We'll see if I can get a ticket to go.
6:30 on the West Coast. 6:30 a.m.
Wow. What a good time.
Yeah. Wake up for your football game.
All right. Show me your video.
Yeah, so for the Bucs, you know, they picked up Shilo Sanders, the lesser talked about Sanders. However,
another one.
Yeah, he had his first press conference either yesterday or day before, very recently, regardless. And he seems like he's enjoying his time there. I'll show you. Let's see. Get the audio going.
Yeah. I'm already preparing on Sunday to get in the safety group chat for all the snacks. I'm gonna be the snack guy. So we're just gonna get a wholesale. I'm gonna have everything everybody needs. So
What are the snacks of choice?
because the meetings are really long, so I understand. So
Got to be fueled.
yeah, but we'll find out on Sunday. I might have like a little spreadsheet with everybody's favorite stuff on there. You know what I'm saying?
What about for you?
I'm just a rookie.
But still, the snacks are important for you too.
Yeah, but I have to bring my own up.
Oh.
I gotta make sure that the vets are good. You know what I'm saying? Because they really been helping me and teaching me a lot of stuff. I'm really grateful for that. So that's the least I can do.
Okay.
So, you know, little different than what you're hearing out of Shador. He seems like he's just genuinely happy to be there.
I don't
No?
think so. I think he's been saying, I say his name different every time I say it. Shadir. I'm doing the fur.
Shador.
Shador, I think he's been saying all the right stuff since he got to Cleveland. He's smiling. He's doing the extra stuff. I mean, the Browns, they did that stupid video. Did you see that? They were like dialed in, and they shared a video of him throwing a pass like 3 yards with no one else around. Yeah. Whoa.
I mean, that's what the Dolphins did that for Quinn Ewers too. Like there's one video of a Quinn Ewers pass, and it's like a 7-yard out to Ollie Gordon, and social media was losing it.
I'm glad you brought that up. Let's go to Quinn Ewers.
Hey,
Quinn Ewers has signed his 4-year, $4.33 million rookie contract with the Dolphins, which includes 131.5 plus signing bonus. The only guaranteed portion of the deal. He turned down $8 million. He could have stayed in college a little bit longer and got $8 million to stay in college.
That's what you call betting on yourself, though. I mean,
can you imagine being that young and having to choose between 4 years, $4 million, or $8 million?
Right. But I mean, he's got an opportunity. Like, Tua is not the healthiest quarterback in the NFL. He is injury prone. Everybody knows it. Like, there's a good chance Quinn Ewers plays this season.
What?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there is.
Shocking. I mean, there's a very good chance because the backup to Tua right now is oh my gosh, I'm totally drawing a blank. Perfect. It's not good.
They cut him. They cut Mike White.
But no, it was also Skylar Thompson. There's someone else.
There
in the
you
room.
go.
Yeah.
Is it the ghost of Matt Moore?
It's Zach Wilson. That's why I forgot, because I tried to block it out. It just came to me.
Because
it's not even real to me. It doesn't make sense.
Zach Wilson has a better chance than Quinn Ewers, don't you think? Which one
Probably,
has a better chance?
But I mean,
who's
also
older?
There's a decent chance he gets hurt or is just bad. So regardless, whether it's Tua or Zach Wilson, I don't think there's a huge obstacle in Quinn Ewers' way.
Who is older, Quinn Ewers or Zach Wilson? It says
no.
both
Tua
are
stays
vampires.
healthy. Obviously, he's by far the best quarterback of the group. It's just that is the biggest if in the history of the league.
I forgot. Zach Wilson's 25. Quinn Ewers is 22.
Mm-hmm.
Zach Wilson's close to the end, but you know what? Zach Wilson is your guy that already saw what was wrong with the Jets. He saw it work with the Broncos. He got to work with Sean Payton. So you're hoping that he's coming in for this new stint and actually is going to be your answer. Quinn Ewers is like, you're thinking 2 years ago with the skills this guy had, everyone thought you were tanking for him. He almost had the tank for Andrew Luck.
5-star recruit out of high school.
The tank for Tua treatment he almost got.
Yeah.
To use an apt example. So you're taking a guy who you think has the raw intangibles and needs to be coached, and then you're taking another guy who had the intangibles to be drafted 3rd overall in your division and went to Sean Payton's remedial quarterback camp. Same place that Jameis Winston went. Same place like a lot of quarterbacks get cycled through Sean Payton's remedial quarterback camp. Come on in. You won't be here for long, but you'll love it. Used to be in New Orleans. Now we've relocated to glorious Denver, Colorado.
You won't be here long, unless your name's Drew.
He said to Zach Wilson when he signed there, he's like, my job is to get you paid, whether it's here or somewhere else.
I remember that. Yeah.
It's a great quote. It's what you tell a guy that's got young talent. It's like, look, you got talent. You don't have any opportunities right now to start. Come in here, learn what you can, get better, hop up.
I still can't believe he's on the Dolphins. I dogged on him so much for years, and now he's the backup quarterback on my favorite team.
You're going to see them out there be like, okay, let's go look at the AI. Who actually threw it quicker? I'm just going to go with that one. Who's getting the ball out faster? They're about all accurate.
Let's touch on the Steelers real quick, too. They just sent George Pickens over to Dallas.
Yeah, what about that?
That's kind of crazy. They're entering now this coming season without their starting quarterback, running back, and receiver from last season, which that is wild. They're a totally different team. Are they going to be under 500 for the first time under Tomlin?
We'll see who the quarterback is. If they have Mason Rudolph, they might.
Yeah. And Jalen Warren's a nice running back for sure. I
believe everything has been done with Aaron Rodgers coming to the Steelers in mind. I think this was the writing on the wall. George Pickens was not reportedly throwing with the quarterbacks the Steelers were looking at.
Right.
DK Metcalf was. They paid DK Metcalf and traded for DK Metcalf knowing they were going to have to get rid of George Pickens because he is a diva.
Right. They seem, to their credit, the Steelers seem to know when to get rid of specifically these receivers. I mean, like Mike Wallace, Antonio Brown, Juju Smith-Schuster.
Oh, we had an all-time bag fumble by Adam Schefter. Let's talk about that real quick while you're talking about it. He said, here's all the Steelers wide receivers and what they did after they left.
Yeah.
Emmanuel Sanders would like a word.
Yeah, he's one of the standouts for sure.
He got 700 yards one season with the Steelers. Then he was on the highest scoring offense of all time, and he then won a Super Bowl with the Denver Broncos. Hello, Adam Schefter's from Denver. How did he not put that one together?
Yeah.
He's been working in Connecticut too long.
Well, it doesn't fit the narrative either of they're all bad.
Yeah. Like there's some correlation between the guys the Steelers drafted and got rid of.
Yeah.
Being, if the Steelers couldn't use them.
I think we're going to hear a ton about the Steelers this season, no matter what, whether they get Rodgers, whether they don't, everyone's going to be keeping a close eye on that whole situation.
If they don't get a good quarterback worth talking about, you're going to hear less about the Steelers than you ever have.
I don't know, because I think they'll be losing
Mason
and people
Rudolph,
will be talking about the Tomlin situation.
Maybe later this season.
If they start 2-5, something like that, you'll start hearing hot seat conversations.
I don't know.
I don't know, man. I think he's one of the best.
I think George Pickens to the Cowboys. George Pickens to the Cowboys is a bigger story than George Pickens leaving the Steelers.
Okay, you think that really elevates Dak?
George Pickens had the ability to try to kind of renegotiate his contract now before he did anything. He said, no, let me show you.
Yeah. Yeah.
That attitude works in Dallas. That's what Jerry Jones wants.
Right.
Oh, they had to get rid of George Pickens. He couldn't work with another alpha receiver. Oh, CeeDee Lamb would like a word. Like, what? That doesn't make any sense. People are trying to make all these correlations they formed from working in offices and working with a bunch of dicks to this multi-million-dollar sports operation. Like, George Pickens is going to freaking change teams because he didn't like the lady that makes small talk at the water cooler. Like, what are we talking about here? Some of these narratives, it's like, you go where the money is. There's only so many jobs. You go where you get paid. they hardly ever get a choice. Free agency was the dawn of player decisions, like actually getting any say in all.
Yeah.
Agents try to get you some pull, but at the end of the day, your contracts buy and sell.
Yep. No, you're right. That's money talks.
But if CeeDee Lamb and George Pickens, because they've had a wanted ad in Dallas for the second wide receiver since before Michael Gallup got there. Yeah. Every year we talked about Michael Gallup in fantasy. This is the year. This is the year he's going to do it. He hasn't done it. I don't think he's going to do it. Didn't he retire? He might have retired.
He might have. I don't know.
Who cares? Because he never did it. Sorry, Michael Gallup. I'm sure you're a nice guy, but for this show, would love to have you on. So I'm just saying, it's crazy.
Yeah. That's all I've got on NFL. You got anything else?
Let me look.
All right.
Outside of dogging on Adam Schefter for forgetting about Emmanuel Sanders, I'd say, if you want to talk about AB and George Pickens, you got a really good point there. What are we going to next? Is it F1 time?
I think F1 time, yeah.
Vroom, vroom, vroom. All right. So let me tell you a little bit about F1, Sean. While you were gone, we have some things to report from the Wit Grit podcast. Soap opera at Alpine continues. Luque de Meo, CEO of Renault, just publicly admitted Alpine blew it with Fernando Alonso. He said, "It was our mistake. Maybe we didn't treat him the way we should have." Alonso left in 2022 for Aston Martin after Alpine hesitated on a long-term deal. They were eyeing their academy prodigy, Jack Doohan, and assumed Alonso would hang around. Spoiler, he didn't. He bailed fast, and within days, Oscar Piastri pulled a reverse Uno and signed with McLaren. Fast forward to now, Jack Doohan is out, and Franco Colapinto, a 21-year-old Argentinian, is back in F1, now with Alpine. Can you say that last name? Can you say that?
No.
Colapinto.
All right,
Colapinto. Nice. Anyways, Colapinto ran 9 races with Williams last season as a sub. His best moment, Azerbaijan, where he bounced back from a practice crash to qualify 8th and finish in the points. He even earned a post-race handshake from Lewis Hamilton, which he called one of the most special moments of his life.
That's cool.
Worst moment, Sao Paulo and Las Vegas. Back-to-back crashes, including a 50G hit in quali. Dude turned his car into spare parts.
That's
fast.
Crazy. Yeah.
The kid's got raw pace, serious confidence. Alpine's giving him 5 races to prove himself before potentially calling up Sergio Perez from Red Bull.
Wait, they benched the kid they groomed for years for another guy that just dump him again in a month?
Exactly. They're rotating seats like a corporate trading program with $1 million cars.
What's Alonso up to while Alpine's spiraling?
He's at Aston Martin working directly with Adrian Newey, the tech genius who just ditched Red Bull. They're designing a 2026 car with Honda engines. So, while Alpine's juggling resumes, Alonso's building his dream machine. And Newey, you might remember we talked about with the Verstappen rumors.
Right.
Yeah, so that was like the one, him being there was the reason Verstappen might leave.
Speaking of Verstappen, wanted to check in with Yuki real quick, his newer teammate. We were excited for Yuki Tsunoda's debut back in Japan. He hasn't been, winning races certainly, but for the first time driver, Red Bull's liking him. He's gotten a good report card from the team after his first few weekends. They're saying he's not afraid to speak his mind. He's telling him what he wants, what he doesn't like. He doesn't seem to be intimidated by being Max's teammate. So early indications are, although he's not really winning races yet, he's scoring a couple of points, but they feel good about this moving forward.
Yeah, and I think more of the focus is on keeping Max. I mean, you want Yuki to be finishing in the points and help them out. Maybe you get him into top 10. He's not there yet.
Right, not yet.
He's not there yet. Mercedes and Ferrari are so consistently fighting for podium or fighting top 6, that it's hard to fill in the rest of those spots with all the competition.
I just think the fact that it doesn't seem like it's too big for him is a good sign.
Speaking of it not being too big for anybody, Kimi Antonelli, hello. Hello. He's doing great. He's doing great. 18
Absolutely.
years old.
Yep.
Yeah.
Not
Vroom,
being
vroom,
intimidated. Vroom. Yeah. Speaking of.
Let's see. Says Jeddah race results. That's obviously not the right one. I'll just leave up the generic one. I wish there had been a race this week. Last week, it's become clear, though. This year for F1, it's Oscar Piastri. That's it.
Yeah, he seems to be the dominant force right now.
If McLaren can win the constructors and he can win the drivers, it'd be a clean sweep.
Yep.
You need somebody like Verstappen to come in and kind of upset the apple cart there.
Right.
It already sounds like Aston Martin's looking towards next year. Let's go to... That's pretty much all. Oh, wait, I forgot to rub it in your face that we won a parlay while you were gone. Let me do that real quick.
Oh, yeah?
So we won a parlay while you were gone.
Very cool. What was it?
Yeah. We just started doing these. I have to find it to send it to you, to show it to you. Here it is.
Yeah, thanks for holding the fort down while I was gone.
You're welcome. Hammered Sharks, same game parlay, low variance. We hit this. Oscar Piastri to podium. He won. George Russell, top 6. Kimi Antonelli, top 6. Boom, boom, boom. We had a chaos parlay that could have really helped us cash, but this was the race goes as you expect it to go parlay. And we love it when it correlates all together.
Totally. Nice.
Yes. So if you were following those, congratulations. I'm glad you guys are riding with us. And if you're new to betting F1, if you have any questions, feel free to DM us.
I will be participating next weekend. Gosh.
Yeah, I mean, if you have a book like Bet365 or something like that, it always just works a lot better.
Yeah.
Because it's a British book. They know what they've just got a lot more options. That's really the only place I've found what I'm looking for when I'm doing that kind of stuff. So let's talk about Robert Pattinson real quick. And I'm not even sure if this is real, but it's just such an interesting thing. How do you deal with the stalker, Sean?
A stalker?
Yeah, how do you deal with a stalker?
I would get a restraining order.
That's probably what a lot of people would say. What if I told you that in 2009, Robert Pattinson had an unexpected approach to dealing with a persistent stalker who waited outside his apartment every day? He asked her out to dinner rather than confronting her aggressively. He flipped the situation, treating the evening like a therapy session and opening up about his personal struggles. The result, she never came back. Pattinson later joked that the date was so emotionally draining and unglamorous, it cured her obsession. Per a story that went viral this week.
What? That is insane. That is the ultimate like Uno reverse card.
That would be the man. No wonder they got him to play Batman. That's a good move.
Yeah, right. He's always got a trick up his sleeve. What?
It sounds like George Costanza. You want a piece of me? I'll give you a piece of me.
That is nuts, man.
Oh man. So give me your no spoiler review of Captain America. Let's go to our MCU warning.
Oh yeah, sure. Brave New World, it was okay. Not one of my favorite MCU movies. I'd say probably like a 6.5 out of 10. Seeing Sam in that role was really cool. And there's a new character. No spoilers, like you said, but he has someone there that helps him out, kind of like he helped out Cap back in the day. And so that dynamic is fun. But I wasn't really worried about the villain that much. There's just, I don't know. It seemed kind of like they were just making a movie just to say, hey, Sam is definitely Captain America now, you guys. Like, I don't know. It was a little empty for me. That some of the action was cool, which is why I gave it a 6.5. Like, but other than that, I'm much more excited for Thunderbolts.
Yeah, I think I'm going to go see Thunderbolts today. A lot of people are saying the MCU is back after Daredevil and after Thunderbolts. They're saying it's back. It's more focused. It's making sense. I'm excited because the fact is Thunderbolts came out weeks ago and neither of us felt any urgency to go. That's really everything you need to know about the state of those movies.
But it's gotten such good reviews. And I think we're both kind of, leaning in a little bit saying, really? Okay, let's see. because I think I'm going to try to go next weekend. Today's a little busy for me, but I think next weekend I'm going to hit it, and I'm excited. And then we've got some really good ones on the way too, with Fantastic Four. What's next in the chamber after that? That is after the next one after Thunderbolts, I believe, right?
When's Doomsday? I don't know.
I think that might be after Fantastic Four. Man, I used to know that lineup like the back of my hand, the MCU release schedule.
I stopped because they changed it all the time.
They did shake it. They started shaking it up way too much.
All right, Thunderbolts. Ironheart is next in
TV
June.
show, I think.
Yeah. Fantastic Four First Steps, July.
Yep.
There's some series about Eyes of Wakanda, Marvel Zombies. Wonder Man will be in December.
That's also a TV show, I think.
I think that's a TV show also, yeah. And then Doomsday is next May. So we're 1 year out from them doing their next really big, all of our movies come together. We hope you like this thing.
Not getting a big winter release? A movie release?
No.
Okay.
At least not according to what Google Gemini could throw together real quick.
Yeah, so it sounds like Thunderbolts and Fantastic Four get us through this summer, and then we get our Avengers next summer.
Yeah. What they're going to do is I don't know what they're going to put in their December release for movies, but I think as it gets colder, they're starting to target us with TV shows.
Yeah, stay in.
Because you stay in, exactly. Watch at your leisure. We don't know when it's going to snow, but you might watch all of this when it does.
Yeah, right. No, I'm really excited to see. There's the Thunderbolts, like I said, has been getting such good reviews that I almost went last weekend, but something came up. That festival I was at came up.
Yeah, that just popped up on you.
Yeah, oops. Looks like we're getting Spider-Man 4 next year too.
Yeah.
So next summer is going to be pretty crazy.
It's going to be interesting as long as Thunderbolts and everything was good.
Yeah, which I think it's gonna be. You'll have to let me know tonight what you think of it.
Hey, why do you think Aaron Gordon's so good at basketball?
I couldn't tell you, man. Lots of practice.
Hold on, I actually have too many images to share this with you right now. It said you can't have more than 10 up. It's like, why don't you delete them when I'm done?
Yeah, what are you doing?
Not me. Don't talk to me.
I was talking to your program.
At HP Basketball, Matt Moore from Action Network, who I mentioned previously. I want to give him another shout out. Aaron Gordon continues to show what building a custom massive indoor court in your home can do for your jumper.
Yeah, I didn't realize he had that.
That's
pretty awesome. Yeah,
you gotta commit.
That's pretty awesome.
The NBA playoffs are they're electric right now. I feel bad for anybody who's not watching them. Jump in. It's not too late. This is the best round. There's so much uncertainty. It feels like last year a lot of things were just kind of written in stone and then you just watched it play out. But now we're really seeing some ebb and flow with the Knicks and the Pacers just kind of upsetting the apple cart.
And again, just the crazy finishes. These games are worth tuning into.
Taking a couple dollars and just betting on overtime all the time.
Yeah, right.
It's like if you think the Knicks will win, maybe overtime. Nuggets, probably overtime. So you think you're going to jump on the Nuggets future bandwagon with me?
Yeah, that's one I really believe in.
Yeah,
Jokic can make me money. I'll sit here for that.
And I think that I get that the Thunder are good, but I just don't think they're going to be able to get the calls from the refs to be able to get Game 2 replicated enough to win this 7-game series.
And like you said, there's an experience gap there too.
Yeah,
a playoff experience gap. Yeah.
And you got between Westbrook to Jokic, you got a lot of experience.
Yeah. Yep.
All right, I think that's. Let me look at the timeline. Is that everything we have?
I think we covered everything today. Yeah. Good 2-parter.
All right.
Or 1-parter if you're a really good editor.
Reminder: the Wit and Grit podcast recommends that you gamble responsibly. Need help? In Virginia, 888-532-3500. In North Carolina, 877-718-5543. National number 1-800-GAMBLER, or you can go to ncpgambling.org. Make it a hobby, not a problem.
Have a good weekend, everybody.
That's going to do it for the Wit and Grit podcast. Sean's already ready to leave. He's on his way out the door. So we believe in the Nuggets futures. We'll see how it works out.
Yes.
First game is going to start in about an hour. First game.
It is
First game since we made this.
Yeah.
The fourth game is going to be in an hour. Follow me on Pickett or on Action Network, or if I really like a bet, I might even put it out on Twitter or on Blue Sky or on Facebook. All these places where you can find Hammered Shark. And if you've listened this far into the podcast, we want to ask you, hey, what do you think of our new logo? Check it out. We got a couple of new logos. We did a new Wit Grit logo, and we've got a new alternate logo you'll see attached to this on the feed.
Love any feedback you guys got.
Yeah. Any last words for the people, Sean?
No, man, I'm good. Just like I said, have a good week.
Peace.